Welcome to Living in the 70s. So I'm going to take apart the rhythm of Living in the 70s, the Skyhooks classic. Another great song. It's got lots of guitar orchestration on the studio recording. Sometimes 3 or 4 guitar parts happening at once. So what I've done is reduced it down to what I would say the rhythm guitarist should do, and then on a later video and tab what I'll do is what the lead guitarist should do. It is a mixture of Red and Bongo's parts. They do cross over. For example, the part that Bongo's playing in the verses is what I'd classify as the lead section of the song, and what Red's playing in the choruses is what I'd classify as the lead part of that section of the song. Red also does have the guitar solo with his wah pedal going in it as well. So let's have a look at the first rhythm lick that you'll get that's on the tab that I've done for you. It sounds like this. So that's the part that Red's playing. Slowed it down a touch then. Which involves some lead guitar playing over the chord of F sharp minor. The verse itself is mostly built on this chord. If I play what an acoustic guitarist or a strumming guitarist would play for this, the verse would sound like this. We certainly don't hear something like that in this song though. It is a combination of 3 or 4 guitar riffs as well as a really prominent bass line that's making up the orchestration of the verses. So Red's part, if you know your bar chords, first 2 fingers are forming the middle part of the bar chord, or if you know your power chords, it's an upside down power chord. 4th fret on 4th string, 2nd fret on 3rd string. Then I flatten my first finger out. These are both at 2nd fret on string 2, string 3. And I play it twice. With my spare fingers, finger number 2, finger number 3. 3rd fret, 4th fret. I will do a close-up video following this main tutorial as well, so you can see these a little bit closer up. Take the shape I was doing at 3 and 4. Slide it to 5 and 6, and then play it one more time. Another little trick to get the tone of it as well is to just bounce the pressure of your fingers on and off the fretboard, which creates muting, silences. We don't want things ringing into each other with this little riff. So those are the shapes that you'll need. And he finishes with an A chord. 4 bars to this verse. Lick 1. Which is bar 1. I fully explained how to play that just then. Bar 2 uses the same shapes. Same 5 things that start at bar 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This This time he returns back to the original first shape. Your 4, your 2. Please do refer to the tabs that are up. Third bar, same as the first. Fourth bar, A chord. Got my first finger doing it. It is on the beat as well. There is another part on the studio recording that does blur the lines of on the beat or ahead of the beat a little bit. It is doubling the bass part. Sounds like this. Where he jumps on that open 5th string, the A note. That does blur what Red has been doing in the verse. When he hits the A chord, he stays on the beat. I'll play through it one more time in full. The verse part that I've put on the sheet for you. 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4, 1. 3, 4, 1. And then that repeats and you've got the verse. For the chorus, I'll switch over to what Bongo does in the chorus. Red's playing some very nice chord improvisations. And you hear them pretty clearly on live recordings that you can find on YouTube, so check that out. They did slightly change what they were playing on their guitars in live settings from 70s live recordings to 80s live recordings. I'm probably following the live in the 80s recording a little bit more in reducing these parts down for you. So, what you should play as a rhythm guitarist in the chorus. And then it repeats. So there's some single note riffs. These follow the scale of your F sharp minor. Talked about the F sharp minor chord earlier. Look up what an F sharp minor pentatonic scale is. For guitar players, probably the first one you get shown in your scales. Very friendly finger pattern. If you'd like to know that scale a little bit more, just hit me up with a message on either the music school website, Eastern Suburbs School of Music, or through Facebook as well. You can get me. Power chord, and finishing with more power chords. Fret wise, I'll quickly go through it. 4th fret, 5th string, 4, 4, 4, 2. Very top thick string, 5, 2. 4, 4, 4, 2, 5, 2. Second riff, all 4th frets and 2s. 4 on 4th string, back to 2nd fret on the same string, upper string, 4 and 2. 4, 4, 4, 2, 4, 2. What I've done next definitely follows the live in the 80s recording. 2nd fret, 5th string, over to 4 on 5th string, power chord 5 on 5, which is a D power chord, and then 3 frets in a row, fret 5, fret 6, fret 7 as power chords. One more time. And it repeats, and you've got the chorus. Next up, the bridge. We're going right up to 9th fret. It's your last single dot before you generally get double dots on a guitar, so 9th fret. And on the 5th string, still staying in this F sharp minor, learn your bar chords. F sharp minor up on the 5th string. And they are using a riff based around the notes of that chord and of that F sharp minor pentatonic scale. What Red also does in that section is create some harmonies with chords to fill it out a bit. Does it on the studio and the live recording, so it would sound like this. But to create a rhythm part, it's not necessary. It's great if you can put them in though. I will put those on the lead sheets. Your rhythm though that you'll get for the bridge, 9th fret, hammer on. That's where you take the first note and before you pick again, thump your finger down on the next note. And the frets that they are on, 9th fret, 5th string, 9 hammering on to 11, then just dropping down a string, going to the 11 on the 3rd string. 2, 3, 4. Starts exactly the way for part 2. And instead of dropping down to 11, moving back to 7. 7 on the 4th string. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. And I'll put some of those Red orchestrations in once again. Next up, the rhythm guitar for the solo. The rhythm guitar in itself is a really cool part, where you'll take an F sharp power chord, play the notes separately, and then add an open string, and in this case the open 4th string, D string, as a part of playing it as an arpeggio. Arpeggio, a musical term where you take a chord and instead of playing it all at once, you play the notes separately. Here's what it sounds like. And then all that Bongo does for this part is release the top string. So he's playing it open. So the part sounds like this. For the chord change, all he does is drop it down a string. So I'm now at what would be called a B power chord and hitting an open third string underneath it. The way that those sections would sound as a full backing to the solo is this. It goes again. The last part for a rhythm guitarist would be the outro riff. So they've grouped the notes together in threes. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Nice big crunchy power chord on the end. Sticks with that F sharp minor pentatonic scale once again. The notes are 4 on 4, 4th fret, 4th string. Same string, 2nd fret, 4, 2, then going up to 5th string, 4th fret, 4, 2, 4. Then I'm playing all on 5th string, 4, 2, 0. The two parts together. And then finally, 2 open strings, open 5th, open 6th. Power chord finish. Can also do that an octave higher as either the lead part or the rhythm part. Your bass player might be covering the low part of it and you could go. Refer to the tab sheet for those frets. We're up in the F sharp minor bar chord area, F sharp minor pentatonic scale area. Once again. Put 2 power chords on the end as well if you like. Any way that you can to fill out what is essentially 4 guitar parts and some synthesizer lines as well, to reduce it down to say a 2 guitar lineup version of the song. What I'll do now is some close-ups of all the sections of the rhythm part of Living in the 70s. The lead guitar that introduces the song. 6th fret, 9th fret of the 3rd string. Pull off 9 to 6. And then bend at 9th fret. Nice and slowly till you hit the pitch. They don't rush to the note. The rhythm part for the verse. The verse rhythm part. And up to speed. chorus rhythm part. The bridge rhythm part. I'm right up at 9th fret. Up to speed. And then including some of Red's chord orchestrations. Last one, 14th fret. The rhythm part of the solo. And up to speed. The outro. Slowing it down.